Is Frank Grillo returning to the role of Crossbones? Well, kinda. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia and we have a little update on What If. Well, it's been a little bit since we've got any voice casting updates for the upcoming Marvel What If series. We know Marvel Studios is bringing back a lot of familiar faces and one of them is going to be Frank Grillo, which means more Crossbones. Now before we break this down, I wanted to remind everybody to hit that like and subscribe button and make sure you ring that bell. And if you leave a comment, you will be entered in the 2021 contest. We're giving away this PlayStation 5. All you have to do to get in on the contest is be a subscriber and leave a comment. Well, Marvel Studios has a ton of pretty interesting projects coming up in the next year on Disney+. And for longtime comic fans like me, one of the most anticipated things is What If. Now recently, we found out that Jeffrey Wright has been added to the cast as the Watcher. But now we found out another classic MCU actor is returning to their role. It turns out Captain America, the Winter Soldier star, Frank Grillo is going to return as Crossbones. Now, during a recent interview with Collider, he was actually asked about it and he immediately replied, "I'm in it, I've been doing it." Now, he didn't elaborate unfortunately, but it could be pretty interesting to see how he plays up Crossbones, especially in some sort of new light. Now clearly, we don't know how big or small, or even how many episodes Grillo could appear, and there's nothing to say in this new version he couldn't actually be a good guy. Now during that same interview, Grillo went on to share a pretty interesting story about his time working in the MCU. He said, and I quote, "We were doing Cap 2, Winter Soldier. We were out in Long Beach on an aircraft carrier. So however many stories above sea level that boat is, it's like 150 feet up, right? There was a crane on deck with another 150 feet up, so we're like 300 feet up from the water. And basically we had to do a clip from that crane, and they dropped us so it looked like we were flying onto the boat. And I wasn't going to do it. I said, I'm not doing that. Let my guy do it. I'm not doing it." And Scarlett Johansson said, "Well, I'm doing it." So she went and did it, and then I had to do it. I think in the movie, I fly in behind her. And she didn't, but I shit my pants because I was afraid, and it was pitch black and nighttime. It's pretty interesting since Grillo's character is such a hard ass on screen, for him to be such a nice guy in interviews and kind of admit to how tough the scene was. Quite honestly, I thought his Crossbones character was killed off way too soon. He's an awfully interesting character in the comics, and with all the reality timeline bending going on in the MCU, I would love to see him return to that role. Now, obviously, we don't have any other information about Grillo returning to anything in the MCU outside of What If. But quite honestly, I think fans would be behind his return as Crossbones. What do you guys think? Would you like to see Frank Grillo actually return to the big screen as Crossbones? And will you be tuning in to What If to check out his alternate version on Disney+? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.